So this is my Recalbox based handheld gaming console, also known as PAL-Pi. Its name is PAL-Pi because it uses a composite PAL display. When I was little, I loved playing games like Pokemon, Contra, Super Mario, Final Fantasy and other games mostly on the Game Boy Advance and that game console that we hooked up with our CRT TVs to run great old stuff. Well, nowadays we can just download the retro game ROM and put it in our emulator and play that game on our laptop or a mobile device. But as a maker, I wanted to do something different. So I prepared this handheld retro gaming console setup which is powered by a Raspberry Pi Zero. The OS that I'm using here is the Recalbox OS. It's a decent emulator OS that also comes with few preloaded games, which I'm not gonna play because I made this whole setup in order to play Pokemon Emerald. The whole setup will be powered by an IP5306 IC, which is a 5V 2A constant boost IC. It is used in power bank circuits, which is ideal for powering a Raspberry Pi Zero. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how you can set up this gaming console and make a complete handheld Game Boy setup that can emulate any retro games that you can imagine. Also, this is gonna be a two-part series. In part 1 of this video, which is this, I'm gonna set up Recalbox, configure the display for it and make a minimal Game Boy on a breadboard and run few pre-installed games on it along with the Pokemon Emerald version. In part 2, I will make a PCB for it and complete the whole setup with a 3D printed enclosure. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. These are the things that we need for this build. A Raspberry Pi Zero, 16GB memory card, 8GB will also work but I wanted to add many games in it so I choose this instead. A TV with a HDMI output, HDMI to micro HDMI adapter, 5V 2A charger or a power bank circuit that can output stable 2A, a keyboard, USB to micro USB adapter, Recalbox OS image file or Raspberry Pi image flasher, and regular push buttons. This is what I want to make, a cliche Game Boy layout. I'm using a 4.3-inch display in this setup, which is pretty huge if compared with a regular Game Boy screen. So this setup will be around 135mm by 140mm. On the front, there's a display and buttons, and on the bottom side, Raspberry Pi Zero along with a boost converter circuit and a lithium-ion cell will be placed. This setup will be combination of PCB and 3D printed body, which will be connected together with screws through the given mounting holes in the PCB. Also for sound, I will be using a PAM8403 module, which will power a small speaker or a headphone jack. If a Raspberry Pi is the brain of this project, then the Recalbox is the heart. I'm just making hardware for this setup. There's already bunch of other similar Game Boy station based around Recalbox OS which you can check. The reason for that is simple. Setting up Recalbox is a pretty easy thing to do and we only have to tweak few things in the OS to make certain thing runs. Here's how you can install the Recalbox for your Raspberry Pi. First, go to their website. After that, click on the download bar. Select your OS. Raspberry Pi Imager will do your work of downloading and installing the Recalbox on the memory card. After installing the Recalbox OS, you need to plug your Raspberry Pi setup with a TV and a keyboard. After booting the whole setup, our Recalbox works like a normal emulator. It have few preloaded games which are great, but I wanted to add more stuff to it. To add more games to this setup, we need to first connect the Recalbox to our Wi-Fi router. Go to Setting, then Network Setting, and add your Wi-Fi credentials. After adding the SSID and password of your router, your Raspberry Pi will get connected with the internet and you will see its IP address at the top of network setting menu. Open the WinSCP on your computer, enter the Raspberry Pi IP address on it, the username will be root and the password will be recalbox root. Now go to this menu, recalbox share ROM. It contains all the ROM folder. I wanted to add Pokemon Emerald in it, which runs on Game Boy Advance, so I have to copy paste its ROM file in the GBA folder. Now reboot your Raspberry Pi setup and open the GBA emulator menu and you will see the newly added games. Let's talk about external display now. Because this project apparently have two hearts. The first is the Raspberry Pi Zero installed with the Recalbox setup, and the second heart of this project is the display. When it comes to display, we can find bunch of them both for HDMI ports and the ribbon cable one. They work perfectly, but for this project a $30 display is not ideal. So I bought a cheap car monitor which have composite PAL port. Yes, I'm gonna use composite PAL port here. I'm making a Raspberry Pi retro gaming console and the FPS is not really an issue with this setup. Friendship ended with HDMI port. So composite is now my best friend. Just kidding, we still need the TV for basic boot work. We will also be needing the keyboard for entering the SSID and password in the network setting for connecting this setup with the WinSCP. For running the display with PAL composite, we need to edit few things in the configure file. Usually we have to connect the HDMI display onto a Raspberry Pi setup and it outputs its video signal in the TV through HDMI, but in our case we need to set the SDTV output as default. For SDTV editing, go to boot configurefile.txt and change the default setting with this. To change the GPIO controls, go to Recalbox, Share System, recalbox.config and just change your default setting according to mine. Then reboot the whole setup and bang! Our Recalbox setup works with composite PAL. This display doesn't have any mounting holes for attaching it to the future setup, so I prepared this 3D printed display casing that holds this display in its place. For now this will hold the display properly, but the actual version will look something like this. The display will be mounted on the body and it will be held in its place with the display holder. The PCB will be mounted here. Anyways, this will be in the part 2. Let's set up the breadboard version now. Let's set up the button for game control. Before starting this, the Raspberry Pi pinout looks something like this. I'm gonna use the GPIO breakout which uses inverted Raspberry Pi. So the pinout will become something like this. Each button is added between GPIO pin and ground. By pressing the button, the attached GPIO pin is grounded and its function works. Here's the schematic that you need to follow for wiring. After wiring, we can connect this setup with an HDMI display and test whether the buttons are working or not. Everything seems pretty good. So after this, I disconnected the Raspberry Pi from the HDMI display and added our car monitor display video wire on the Raspberry Pi composite port out, which is this port. VCC will go to 5 volt and ground will go to ground. Now just power the Pi with any 5 volt 2 ampere power source and bang, the composite display is working. So what's next? Well, as I said earlier, I'm working on its PCB version, which make this setup compact and great. The PCB version will have its own boost power supply, which will boost the 3.7 volt lithium ion cell to 5 volt for powering the Raspberry Pi Zero. I've already sent the PCB for this project to PCBWay for samples, so stay tuned for that. For now, this is it guys. If this video was helpful, then hit that subscribe button. And I'll be back with the part 2 soon. Peace.